When I think American food, I think hamburgers and whoop beer! If you don't understand that, there's a video linked below. It's going to seem very stupid to you. There is a restaurant here in America, I don't know if it's in any other places, but it's called A&W. And they have root beer floats, ice cream, hamburgers, french fries, etc. And someone made a video about why they think it's called A&W, and it stands for hamburgers and root beer. Woot beer, sorry. Hamburgers and root beer. So, it's dumb, but it's amazing. So, Rosie, America is kind of the same as we take food from other cultures and sort of morph them into our own versions. But we do have some foods that are just from America. Like corn. Corn is from America, and it made me smile when you're like, I hope you guys have corn where you are because that's American. You know how I know that? Pocahontas. Actually, I don't just know that because of Pocahontas, but when I was little, that's the reason I knew it. So what foods did America bring to the world? Hot dogs and corn dogs. Corn. The grilled cheese sandwich. So there have been many versions of grilled bread and cheese sandwiches throughout the world, but the grilled cheese sandwich, as it is today, with bread and melted cheese in the middle, was created in America during the Great Depression because that's when really cheap loaves of bread and American cheese were made available. And so it was a very popular, very cheap dish. Hamburgers! Yes! Barbecue. That is very American. I think chili isn't, but Colorado, we're famous for our chili. Apparently, we're good at it. But we eat our chili with cornbread. Corn. Apparently, clam chowder is American. It was invented in Massachusetts in 1751 or something. Apparently, apple pie isn't American. It's British. But it has become a very American iconic dish because we like apple pie. Thank you, Johnny Appleseed. Fried chicken. Kentucky, we praise you for it. I think steak is also an American dish, and this is just me totally guessing. I have no idea what the history of steak is, but my guess is it happened during the cowboy era, and they probably just had meat and not much to go with it, so they just threw the meat on the fire and stuck whatever spices they had on it. Voila, steak. Just makes sense to me. At least that's what I would think would be how it came to be. Macaroni and cheese. You're welcome, world. And surprisingly enough, fajitas are American. I know. But we read into it. Apparently, a lot of the older generation in Mexico had never even heard of fajitas before. But they had heard people from Texas say it, so it's a Texan dish. Fajitas. I'm sure there's more, like Spam, possibly. At least I think Spam is American. It could have been invented by someone else, but what I do know about Spam, I've never eaten it, and I never plan to. I never plan to. But I do know that it was invented for the military, because it was cheap and easy meat. And sometimes batches went bad and they fed it to them anyway. Gross. So I think the summary of all this was corn!